Okay, Karen, let's start us.
All
Start us
right.
off.
All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Earth Network Rotary Club weekly meeting. And we are featuring Earth Talks. And Lori has got that. Do you have that up yet? No. Here we go. My guide. And today it is actually the third Thursday of the month, and we usually co-sponsor this with Luca. I don't know if Luca is joining us today or not. I was thinking he might have had something else going on this week. But we do want to say,
Luca,
we do
Luca
want to,
already joined, Karen.
is
Hello,
Luca
Luca.
here?
I am
Yeah,
here. I
he's
am
here.
here,
Oh,
Karen.
Luca, good, good, good,
Yeah.
Luca. Okay, if you can spotlight, yeah, that would be great. Well, you don't have to spotlight, but yes, thank you, Luca. So today we are co-sponsoring our meeting with the network of Rotary Eco Environment and Green Clubs. And we just want to both say thank you to our members, our associates, our donors, and all our volunteers. And we do want you to consider joining us in either club, and or yes, in either club, it would be great. We do ask that you please mute your audio when you're not speaking, and feel free to turn off your camera to reduce our carbon footprint. If you want to turn it back on during Q&A, you're welcome to. You're welcome to keep yours on too. I usually keep it on just so I have a connection with the speaker, so they have somebody to look at. But but anyway, if you can turn it back on for Q&A, that would be great. And then recordings and resources will be available on our Earth Talks Foundation and the Earth Network Rotary Club websites, and I believe also with the network of Rotary Eco Environment and Green Clubs too. And then speaker views are their own. And then some Zoom features are limited for safety. We had a Zoom bomber once. We don't want to repeat that. So if you're having any trouble, you might not be able to rename yourself. Don't worry. Just contact a host if you need some help on the side there. All right, Lori.
This is so exciting because we're not just doing it in English, we're also doing it in German. So take it away. Claudia, let's make sure that you guys are unmuted.
Yes.
Claudia's, and let's see who's, okay, you guys, you ready to go?
Okay. Erstens,
Yeah.
entspricht es der Wahrheit?
Yes, Claudia, start now.
I
She just
didn't
did.
hear.
Go ahead, say it again, Claudia, and then jump in, okay?
Okay, I tried.
Yeah.
Oops.
No,
Now I'm.
Lori, can I request you to just close the chat because it's interrupting in the screen.
Oh, I'm not sure how that. Oh, that would be something you have to move on your end because I can't move things on your screen.
Never mind, I'll manage. Okay,
Okay.
Claudia, just start on. Yeah.
Okay. Again?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Erstens, entspricht es der Wahrheit?
And so jump in and
Is the
say,
environmental information accurate, science-based, and transparent?
Zweitens,
Does it
ist es
protect
fair?
people, ecosystem, and future generations?
Oh, I didn't do the second, so okay, I will do the second again. Okay. Ist es fair für alle Beteiligten? Drittens, wird es Wohlwollen und bessere Freundschaften aufbauen? This was third.
Does it protect people, ecosystems, and future generations?
Okay.
so Claudia, you read four.
I read four, okay. Viertens, wird es für alle Beteiligten von Vorteil sein?
Does it encourage collaboration, shared responsibility, and community trust? And
Okay, Claudia.
lastly, does it improve environmental health, human well-being, and long-term sustainability?
Oh, guys, that was wonderful. I just love this. This is just so much fun. We did practice, but this is a wonderful example about how we all work together, even with our different languages. What fun. Please give them a round of applause. Aren't they
Hi.
great? What a fun adventure. And this is why we have translated captions. So you can simply choose the language, we're in English, and then you choose the language that you want to hear, and then you can hear it. So, oh, Karen,
Hey,
what fun. Take over.
just for fun. Thanks so
Thank you,
much.
Laurie and Karen.
One thing I like about the translated captions is also that you can have them at different size. So you can either have a whole chapter or just the last few words.
Yeah, that's great. It is good. I do like that with the translated captions. All right, thank you, everybody. I'm sorry, I'm kind of running blind today a little bit because I'm on my husband's computer. So, Lori, if you get a chance, can you send me the alternate link?
Sure,
But it's got
sure.
to be, but you got to share it with Michael Tome. So
Okay, I
I
will
can't,
share it with
yeah,
Michael Tom.
share it with Michael Tome. Okay. So next we have, I believe Tim Connors is coming up, right? With
Yeah, he is, and he's
he's
ready
there.
to go.
All right, Tim. Let's go with
Okay,
the subject teaser.
yeah, so let me share a PowerPoint slide here. I'm
Oh, hold on, Tim. Let me make you a co-host so you can do that.
okay.
Fun.
Do I do this differently than normal? Than
No,
just show?
you just have to be co-host to share the screen.
Okay.
Yeah, with our settings.
So, well, Lori's, let me know when you're ready, Lori.
You go for it.
My
Go for
club,
it.
okay. Does it show up?
It's
It's
yep.
coming. There it is.
Okay. And so our Rotary Club does a fundraiser every year. It's called the Eden Prairie Eco Expo because we live in Eden Prairie. And the expo has grown tremendously over the last 5 years that we've been doing it. I'm just showing again another big growth this year. On Saturday, April 18th, we had a display that included people showing plants, home improvements, solar panels, etc. We had cars, 5 cars inside, 3 or 4 outside, a food area, and recycling. Um, Non-EV exhibitors grew from 32 last year to 40. Dealerships from 2 to 6 this year. We really had scored with the dealerships this year. Did a bunch of test drives, had a bunch of supporters for the event that didn't show, but also gave raffle prizes. And this year we had some innovators that basically are talked about on the second slide. And so what did we do? We ended up this year with 7,300 people walking through the exhibit hall. That's up from about 3,500 last year. So we almost doubled it. I think the weather helped us, but every year with the marketing that's going on, it seems like we're picking up more and more people. But in addition to the participants, there's another thing that happens. The exhibitors tend to talk to each other a lot. So, for instance, the rubber shingle guys talked to the solar shingle guys and decided that the best approach is having their products on a roof. On the sun side, the shingles that are solar panels, and on the other side, the rubber panels or the rubber shingles. In addition to that, we had solar tubes, woolly mulch, which is mulch made from wool. And so, bottom line, we had a pretty good event there where there was just a lot of good activity. It was a fundraiser for us. For those of you that are Rotarians, we raised, I think, more than 14 grand. And so that goes right into our pot to do grants. So with all that said, consider an Eco Expo. If you want a guidebook, we've got one. Feel free to contact me at any time. And I'll put my email in the chat. And back to you, Lori.
Thank you. And to Karen. So if you wouldn't mind stopping
Yeah.
sharing your screen,
Oh yeah, I must
and
remove him.
Karen, I will
Okay.
get those notes to you as soon as I get Mike's
All right.
email. In the mean,
Do we have another one this morning? No, Najodi is going to introduce our speaker.
oh, wonderful.
Yes.
So
where's
Tim, would you
Najodi?
stop sharing screen, please?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Step. And you made Tom already. Good. You already got Tom.
And so let me spotlight Tom and let's spotlight Najodi.
Good.
Najodi.
Oopsie, sorry. We're doing it together. There you go. Thank you. Take it away.
Thank you. Thank you so much for accepting our proposal, Tom. Everybody's favorite and everybody's favorite RI director. So I think we are having as maximum as registration today, and everybody is excited and so happy. So our Tom Gum sir is a proud member of a Rotary Club of USA. Tom Gump is passionate about growing Rotary membership and chaired Rotary International Membership Growth Committee. Last year, he served as a aide to the Rotary International President. Tom is an RI director from 2026 through 2028. He is chairing the host organization committee for the 2028 Rotary International Convention, Minneapolis. Next year, he will serve on Rotary International's Joint Strategic Planning Committee as its director and Board of Counseling of Legislation Advisory Committee as its vice chair and Board of Administration Committee. His wife, Catherine, served as secretary of Noon Club. Their son, Andrew, is president of the Twin Sport Rotaract Club, and the GUM have hosted 7 long-term youth exchange students. Tom's all-time favorite part about the Rotary is friends he makes. And yes, we all are agree. And we all are happy. And we all are very much inspired by you. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much for that very warm introduction. And the best part of Rotary is the friends you make. And I see so many of you, and I see Karen nodding, and it's so true. That's why I joined Rotary. You know, I'm what I call a recovering attorney, and nobody likes attorneys. So I thought I better join Rotary to get some friends. And I thought I'd have a few friends in my town after, and I do, but now I have friends all over the world, wonderful people like you. So I'm so excited about that. But you know, to have friends, you have to show yourself friendly. So I see a couple of friends on here today. And when you have friends, you know, sometimes they ask you favors and you do them. And one of those is being here today. And I'm so excited that all of you took your time to share with us today. But can you highlight Kiki's and Vicente? Because these are friends who ask me to do some crazy things sometimes. And I want to tell you a little bit about them because it kind of flows into what we're going to talk about. Okay, there's Kiki's. Hi, Kiki's.
Hi. Hi, Tom. Hi, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here.
So we're going to be talking a little bit about Kiki's and her husband, Vicente, who both do a lot of things for Rotary. But Kiki's currently is the Rotary coordinator, membership coordinator for 25A, which is South Central America and part of South America. And they asked me to go to Evanston to do some membership training, and they made me wear this mask, a wrestler's mask, which, because they're my friends, I did. Then they wanted me to ride on their electronic luggage, which is kind of like a mini motorcycle or whatever. This was inside Rotary International headquarters. So they said, just give it a try, just give it a try. So I got on the luggage and I put on the gas, and this was on the first floor of Rotary International. And there's a statue of Paul Harris there. So I was driving the motorcycle with this mask on, and I decided I was going to high five the statue of Paul Harris right when the treasurer for meeting and events came by. So I was kind of thinking I was going to get kicked out of Rotary, but I didn't get kicked out of Rotary. So what we want to talk about today that fits with our weekly talks is about the environment and how one person can make a difference. Now, there's not a lot of things I keep in my office. I'm a person that less is more kind of thing. But above my desk, there's some cabinets, and there's two things I keep up there. And I keep them up there so every day when I come into my office, I can be reminded that one person, any of us on the screen, even me, can make a difference if we have an innovative idea and we get together with our friends, our Rotarians around the world. And there's always different talks about restructuring in different organizations. But one thing Rotary has is we have wonderful people doing great things in more than 200 countries around the world. So if any of you have an idea, Tim has an idea for the expo. I love that. And the rubber shingles on one side and the solar panels on the other. But these are the two things I keep above my desk. This is a little model of a battleship that was sunk about 18 months ago. And this was the idea of Kiki's. And the other thing is the Admiral of the Mexican Navy gave me this steering wheel for a boat. But both of those things I keep not because they were awards, but they remind me that if I have an idea and it's a good idea, with all of your help, we can make a difference. So that's the theme of this story today. So if it's okay with you, I'll start. And if you have any questions, feel free to stop me, and we'll just talk about it. But remember, if you have an idea, Rotary can help you do it. So I'm going to share my screen right now because we have a little PowerPoint presentation. And I have to give credit to Kiki's for helping me put together this slideshow because I've been busy lately, so she was helping me put this together. So that's a picture of Kiki's. This is a picture of the battleship that was sunk. I wish I would have worn my little admiral's cap that the admiral gave me about this project. But what you're going to see about this project is this one person's idea bringing in all these partners, which we'll talk about who the partners are. At the end of the day, it actually grew Rotary. And we actually have a club now that came out of this, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But all of this works together, So I'm glad you brought up the fact that there's a membership component. And and I'm sorry I always talk about membership, but the reason I'm so passionate about it, because Nagoti B was kind to mention that I'm passionate about membership, is because Rotary has brought me so much joy. And I have grown so much for being Rotarian, most of all having all of you as friends. But it also gave me the opportunity to partner on things and to get things done. And that's really fulfilling. And you'll see how many partners it took to get this done, but how amazing it is now. There's a new Netflix documentary that's streaming now about the coral reef. Not just this coral reef, but other coral reefs. And when we're talking about the environment, so many times we talk about what we need to do to keep the forests, but what we don't think about a lot of time is that the other part of the world is what you see in this graphic here. You see the ocean. So life goes on in both places. Now in Sonora, Mexico, where this project was done, imagine very hilly mountains and not a lot of vegetation, but just a lot of dirt and rock. And then it goes into the sea. And in the sea, it was the same. There's a lot of dirt and rock. But what Kiki's had the vision of saying is, I want to do a project where we actually have more species of fish and species of coral, and more living creatures that can bring more oxygen to the sea. So what she did was she applied for a Rotary grant, a global grant, and there are 6 different districts. Remember, we always do things together. I know many of you have heard the vision statement for Rotary, and that vision statement says, "Together we." Those are my 2 favorite words, the whole vision statement. And remember, this vision statement is what Rotary wants to be. As an organization, you on the screen that are Rotarians, we want this to happen. Together we see a world where people unite to take action, to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. And this project has done that for me. So let's talk about what happened. So Kiki's decided, I want a coral reef. So she thought of this idea where we would sink a battleship, and this happened about a year and a half ago, and it had to be of a certain depth so that light can get to it, because all life needs light. And it had to be in a certain area, and all these logistics had to be figured out. So I just remember the rough numbers from a couple years ago, but I think it was about $180,000 grant, global grant, to study where we should do this. But we couldn't do it, we being Kiki's and her team in these districts in this global grant, until we got certain partners. And one of the group we needed the Mexican Navy, because we needed a ship in order to sink it. And I remember the day that it happened. Our past director, 2 directors ago, Pat, she actually pushed a button, blew holes in the ship sank. But in order to do that, we needed a ship. So the group partnered up with the Mexican Navy to get a battleship. And then, of course, the battleship had to be drained of all contaminants to the water, any kind of oil or diesel fuel or things like that. So there was a lot of coordination. But you'll see that after this one ship happened, and this project was successful, the project didn't end there. It's still growing amazingly. So I believe it's Kiki's brother, who's in the Navy, was assigned to this. And Kiki's and Vicente can correct me if I'm wrong in any of this. But anyway, the brother now lives in the city, and they are now not just happy with sinking the one ship, they actually have 10 different vehicles of types that they're going to sink, and they're going to have a whole underwater museum. So they'll have a battleship here. They'll leave a little space because you can't do a whole wall, because then when the waves come in, if there's ever a storm or a typhoon, it would be detrimental. So they space these out, but we went to the shipyard to see the next 2 battleships that'll be sunk. They have a helicopter they're going to sink, a plane, an amphibious vehicle, and a gun turret. And the interesting thing is that after they sunk the first ship, a lot of groups started coming in to do dives, put on the scuba gear. And Kiki's has done this. Vicente and I just stay on the boat. We don't dive. But they have over 1,200 divers that have come so far. So long story short, all these divers are coming from around the world to go view this ship. So it started this tourism event in that city. So hotels are being built. And so now there is actually a club that formed. And I was there to meet the club members, who are the hoteliers, the individuals who own the hotels. And they've started a club. So one person's vision, with the help of a lot of Rotarians, bringing in other groups that make us more visible as Rotary International, right? Then we grew from it. It's just amazing. So this slide here shows a little bit about the participants in this project. And if you look on your right, second slide down, you see the participation through DDF. So District 4185, 4100, 4170, 5130, 5495, 5500, they all gave DDF to make this project happen. And then, of course, you have an international committee. And look at the strategic partners. That's the bottom right slide. You have the Rotary Foundation, of course, who contributed to the grant. You have the government of the state of Sonora. You have the Navy Secretariat, the Tourism Department, the whole naval region. And when I went for the 1-year anniversary, we had a big event at the Navy, and the Navy was such a wonderful partner. And you'll see some slides of that. And the State of Sonora Trust Fund. So it takes a lot of people to get something done. But again, one idea, with the help of Rotary, all the Rotarians and strategic partners, we get this done. So I love these pictures. You have Kiki's in the upper left, and this is when the sinking of the ship happened. The next picture to the right, you have Kiki's, other very important committee members, and Pat Merriweather, the former director. Then you have Vicente and Kiki's. Then you have this boat, this battleship, and that is right when it is being sunk. And then it took a year, but almost immediately other species started coming. So it was pretty amazing. So we had local partners and we had international partners. Again, Kiki's had the idea. Vicente supported her. We had the chairman of the environmental committee, and of course we had the Navy. And then at the international level, we had help from SRAG. We had help from the cadre. And the cadre is really good. If you want to do a project, A lot of times people think as cadres, as technical advisors, but more so as if there's something's not going right with the grant that they bring them in then. You could bring in the cadre while you're doing a grant to just say, how do we do this? What's the proper way to do the funding? Are we allowed to do this? Are we allowed to do that? So think about that as you do environmental projects. And you have our cadre members on the bottom right. So there were committee members, again, End Plastic Soup, WASH, the Rotary Action Group for Water, Sanitation, and Hygiene, SRAG, all the local partners, SAS, that big circle in the middle, that's kind of the overall project. And everyone has really cool baseball caps. I wish I would have worn mine today with that logo on it. Again, because we want to do the project, we want to make sure that the good is done in the environment, but we want people to see the project so we can bring more people into Rotary. Why? So we have more hands and hearts to do the service. We can do more projects like this project. So a lot of these pictures, actually all of these pictures, are at the 1-year celebration. So this is after the boat was sunk. We took ships out there to look, and a bunch of divers went down. You can see the upper left and the middle left. That's when we actually went to the Navy facility to celebrate this project and everything it was doing. On the bottom right, you see those 2 battleships in the background. Those are the next battleships to be sunk. And of course, we had so much fun all the time. We do all these wonderful things in the world, but we do it and have fun at the same time. So this wouldn't have happened without Rotary. It wouldn't happen with all our wonderful Rotarians. And people say Rotary, and sometimes that word is interesting to me because they say Rotary, meaning Rotary International staff. But when I worked for President Stephanie for a few years, she often answered that question when she said, who is Rotary? She says, we are Rotary, all of us, because nothing happens in Rotary unless it happens at the club level. It took a Rotarian with a great idea to get together with other Rotarians to go to the Rotary Foundation, submit a grant, get it funded, go out and get those partners. And then, we started to grow. So how can all of you be a part of this? You can get involved in projects. So much of our membership growth in Rotary, we bring those members in, but we have to engage those members with meaningful service. Nobody joins a club to do nothing. They join to do things like sink a battleship and have fun doing that. So that's the best thing I could advise today is not only come up with those good ideas and partners with those Rotarians, but be a part of the enactment, part of the engagement. Every year we do a leadership survey, which surveys our club presidents and surveys our district governors. And we give them the action plan priorities. And the one that we ask them, what is the most important to them? They say engagement. Because if we engage these people in a club, in a project like this, and it doesn't even have to be a huge project like this. Tim Connors today was talking about a local project. If you do service locally, that's great. If you do it internationally, that's great. But let's make sure that we are doing these service projects to serve the environment and our other areas of focus so we keep our members engaged. So you've heard me talk long enough. I want to play this video that Kiki's and Vicente got made to give you a feel for what this happened. See the rocks? See there's not a lot of vegetation? Same thing underneath the water until the Rotarians got involved, and you'll see what happens next. Hold on one second. We'll get this video to play.
Ya saben que se hunden barcos de la Marina y de la Marina y de la Marina para crear arrecifes, para
Chiate. Con esto le damos continuidad a un proyecto de grandes beneficios, no solamente turísticos, no solamente de medio ambiente, sino también que nos permitirá hablar de Sonora a nivel nacional e internacional y así seguir posicionando a nuestro estado en todos los rincones del mundo.
So I don't know about you, but I am totally inspired by this, and I want to answer any questions that you have. So if you have any questions, please shout them out. And if I don't know them, I'll seek the support of my friends because we all get by with a little help from our friends to answer the ones I can't. So thank you.
Oh my goodness, Tom, that was fantastic. Yes, talk about inspiration. Man, it was funny because all during that, I remember, you know, we knew what was going on and I'd see little bits and pieces, but I never got to see the whole story. So you put that together so well. So heartfelt thanks. So thank you so much. And Najodi has something. I'm going to add a spotlight for her. And she has something she wants to say. It'll take just a minute to get the screen.
Just a minute.
Yep. That was just extraordinary.
Yeah. Is my screen is visible?
It is.
Thank you so much for this wonderful project. And this is really a great correlation with the project and membership. And this is really a unique way. We were really thinking what is in the membership and all, but you have correlated, and the video is so impressive that we all want to join this project. On behalf of our everyone, every participant, so we would like to offer a certificate to you, and in recognition of your generous contribution as a guest speaker at Earth Talks, a weekly global dialogue hosted by the Rotary Earth Network Club, and in joint with the Network of Eco and Environmental and Green Rotary Club. So on behalf of Laurie, Luca, Karen, Claudia, Mark, Christopher, and each and every one who is a great team working together. So we sincerely appreciate your contribution. Thank you so much for accepting our proposal, inspiring all of us, and then representing this wonderful live project. And my dear friend Kiki and Vesante, I am really following this project from starting, and I attended all the sessions. So thank you so much for everything you are doing, and I'm knowing everything what is going on in this project. Our next speaker is Martin. Martin is from Rotary E-Club Innovation UK, which is my honorary club membership. So our Martin is going to speak about our global fellowship changes lives. And so this will be another interesting session, same as today. We are going to share the link. I'm going to share into the chat. Please register now. And the same time, same day, the meeting will be there. We are going to share the email so you can register anytime. Thank you so much. I'm just stopping my screen and handing over the session to Karen and Laurie. And Laurie is going to create a blog and going to share a lot of all team members are doing one job. I'm going to share this certificate with you via email. Laurie is going to share the blog, and this will be in the YouTube as well as Spotify. So, website also. This will take some time, but we will share. Thank you.
Thank you so
much.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Nishodi. Yes, man, our thanks go out to all you guys. And I know there are more people on the call. Steve's got his hand up. Anna Maria's got her hand up. Can I put Anna Maria? Steve, get Anna Maria. She's had her hand up for just a minute. So let me get her.
I'll be very, very fast.
Okay.
I want to congratulate with Tom because the presentation was exactly what I hoped to see. And please keep us informed because nature is going very, very fast. Even if we don't see under the sea, they go very fast and they can change a lot of nature. So please, from time to time, let us know something about the different animals and the different corals, whatever can happen inside. And this is exactly what I hope to see. And I want to thank you, all the group, for the wonderful presentation. I'm sorry that at 8, for me, in 20 minutes, I have to join another call for different reasons. But I didn't want to lose this wonderful idea. It's a new way to discover the world under the water. And we don't know enough under the water. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Anna Maria. Steve Bender, let me let you go. Go ahead. Where are you? Let's see. Let me highlight you. There's so many people today. I want to highlight folks just so. Add spotlight. Oh, you are on mute. There you
Great
go.
presentation, Tom. And I don't know if you know this, I was a keynote speaker in San Carlos in 2024 at Oceans Conference when we talked about this. And it's part of our Rotary Reef program. And something you might not know is the waters from the Galapagos actually travel up through this, so that we're finding species only from the Galapagos in San Carlos right now.
Wow.
Which is amazing. And we're bringing that back. And there's also some really good fishing villages we're supporting. And there's a really good expat club in San Carlos that's good. And just another plug, we're also working with Barry Razin on a Rotary Reef program in the Bahamas. And we just started an Interact club that is coral reef based in Vermont with title, which we're taking 17 kids from Vermont to the Bahamas to learn how to do coral reef restoration and teach others how to do it. And then one more plug, where I'm taking 10 Rotarians down to Bocas del Toro at the end of this month to set 7 more Rotary reefs. And those reefs also fund other events. And we're one of the events we're doing August 6th is planting a 2-acre rare tree forest. But it's funded by the Rotary Reef program, which is pretty cool. So, but anyway,
Steve,
I'm a big fan of underwater stuff. So you hit a one thing people might not know is life under water is one of the most important, but the least funded SDG.
Okay. Steve, can you send me an email with all that information? Because you taught me a lot I didn't know, and I'd like to push your group too.
Yeah, I had Barry Razin at our event in April, and we were talking about all of this, and it's a really big deal. So I'll send you the links. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for bringing awareness to this. This is so important. When the oceans die, we die.
Yeah. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Steve. Raj, go ahead.
Tom,
yes, sir.
I'm a cadre and then the director Washerack. And most important, I'm a follower of you in Facebook. So I see your all posts. So I'm first time I'm meeting you in personally on Zoom. Anyhow, it's a really excellent presentation. I know if I'm correct, there are the national and the international rules and regulation, maritime rules and regulation for sinking the ship. So have you taken all this in consideration? And is it a block or they allow you very easily?
So it all fit within their regulations. I don't believe there was any variances that were needed other than the approval of the Navy. And that's a very good point. And it's another reason why we should bring in these partners, because if you get partners to work, because remember, Kiki's brother was just a one-time assignment. Now he lives there working on this full time. So it's a very important part, and there's a lot of planning that goes into this. But isn't it a great way through that planning to build promotion for this? Now, where do you live exactly? Where is your hometown?
I'm from Pune, Maharashtra,
Okay,
India.
Pune. Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
That's a place I want to go because I want to see the Peace Center. So
Yes, you are most welcome. Yes,
yeah.
last year we had a peace center there, inauguration. Please come.
Yes, sir. Will do. Thank you.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you
for all
so
your
much,
support.
Josh.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'd like to highlight, I don't know if they're going to like me for this, but I'm going to highlight Lori, and I'm going to highlight Luca. Luca is let's see, spotlight. There you go. I want to highlight these two. Here, you guys, I'll throw myself into just to make you guys feel better. Not everybody likes to be spotlighted, but anyway, I just wanted to throw you guys in because Luca is a co-host. We're co-hosting. Our clubs are co-hosting. So, and Anna Maria, we love it when Anna Maria comes from the club. Yeah. And so I just wanted to do a shout out with Luca. And then Lori, thank you so much for helping out today. You did so much. So I appreciate it. I don't have my background. I feel kind of naked back here with just my but anyway, do you guys have I wanted to give you guys just a minute to say something. I know you got to have some comments. So for Tom and Kiki.
Well, actually, there's some invitations. Luca, invite Tom to come to Italy in October.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, but to be honest, I'm quite speechless today because when I saw the presentation, the title of our presentation, thinking of a battleship, I said, okay, what are we talking about now? So, to be honest, I couldn't imagine what you have done, all the implication, what is coming around, and sometime participating to this kind of event really opens your mind to something completely different, and it's a lesson that it's always worthwhile to never forget. Having said that, okay, I take the opportunity that Karin is offering because also there are a lot of people participating in this meeting. We are a network of eco clubs, and once per year we try to gather in person somewhere. This year will be in Sardinia, in Italy, end of October, and we are trying to put together a quite interesting weekend so that if everyone is invited. If you want to participate in person, of course, it will be fantastic because, when you talk together, you shake hand, you have a drink, you spend the evening. You are not anymore a fellow, but you are a friends. It's a different story. For those who will not be able to make it to Italy, we will try to have the most important part of the weekend in hybrid mode. So there will be an online connection so that we can participate on the more Rotarian and technical part of the weekend. And that's it. So we are setting up the program. We will have some emails that will be distributed, and probably in a few weeks we will start collecting participant name. That's it. And thanks, Karin, for reminding me and giving the opportunity.
Oh,
And we are trying to do our best this year. Last year was just Milan, and Milan is something small. But Sardinia is supposed to be something different and something particular about the nature and the situation. So we have to define better the details, the program. I know that with Olderico, Luca, and mainly the friends in Sardinia, we'll try to do our best. And as soon as possible, we'll send you the program, and it will be the most well organized things that Luca has ever made. Thank you.
Thank you. Lori, do you have a, yeah.
Tom, I'm so grateful to have you here. And I know, Kiki, I can't wait to hear your question.
Yes.
And I'm hoping that Tim Connors talks a little bit, because he knows you from working together on projects too, both he and Kiki. So they know you for sure. And I know that Tim might even want to invite you to something. But Tom, it's just can't wait to learn more.
Thank you.
Well, I think Lori was trying to lead me up into a conversation around a proposed Environment Rotary Fellowship. The group of folks that have spent time doing a bunch of great work around pollinators, solar panels, plant-based diets, et cetera, so on and so forth, want to stay active. And as many of you know, SRAG's suspended here for a few months. So they came up with the idea of creating this Rotary Fellowship tied to the environment. I'm going to put in the chat a form. We're actually meeting here later today to fill out the form that will be submitted to Rotary International to get the fellowship approved. So if you want to be a charter member of the fellowship, assuming we do get approved, you can click on that form, add your name, and you'll be included in the submission to Rotary International. And I'm happy to answer questions. And Tom, I know I'm hitting you blind here, so a little bit. So in particular, if you have questions or thoughts, feel free to jump in.
Well, I think it's great that you're starting a fellowship. There's no more important cause than the environment. Fellowship is the scrutiny level is a little bit less than a Rotary Action Group. So that will come to the board. I'm thinking, and now this is just rumor because I haven't seen a board packet yet for that meeting, but I think the next meeting in October, that will be considered, but it's usually a consent item because usually the general secretary, the head of the secretariat, approves the fellowships as opposed to the action groups, which are not on the consent agenda, and that's approved by the board. So it's all approved by the board, but it's an easier way to get approved. So best of luck with that. And I think SRAG is up for consideration in the January meeting, not at the next meeting, because I think they're working hard on reorganization. But I love the fellowship idea. I love the action group. It's interesting because I always say that nobody leaves Rotary International. They leave a club. And a lot of times people join a club and thinking Rotary is just that club. They don't know there's fellowships. They don't know there's action groups. They don't know there's a district or a zone or a region or international. So it's wonderful that you guys are doing this because it's something that we can say, okay, you might have had a personality conflict with someone in your club, but join our fellowship with the E-Club or Environmental Club. Thank you, Tim, for your work on that.
You bet.
Thank you so
Looks
much.
like Karen.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
go
Karen
ahead.
does. But wait a minute. No, Kiki had her hand up. So Kiki, I'm so sorry. I missed you before. So go ahead with I know you had a comment or a question.
Yes. Only I want to tell Tom, thank you, Tom, and everybody for sharing this inspiring story with the world. Just your support showcasing this project means so much to me and to the Rotary Club Puebla Gente de Acción. Grateful for your leadership and your friendship.
Does that mean I don't have to wear this anymore?
Next time.
You're not going to get out of that, I don't think. Thank you.
Fantastic. It's wonderful. Wow. Thank you,
Thank
Tom.
you so much, Kiki. I'll take you out of the hot seat now. So, Karen Cantor-Cans, go ahead.
Hello, Karen.
Good morning.
My very good friend, Karen.
Good to see you, Tom, and everyone on the call. Kiki, what a brilliant idea. And, Rotary has a strong message around peace building. And I can't think of a more visible act of peace building than to take an instrument of war, put it underwater, and allow it to repopulate and boost the biodiversity in the ocean. It's just so cool. I mean, the Steve Bender's rotary wheel is good, and it gets the rotary symbol where the fish can see it. But the imagery of a battleship, it's like the verse that says, pounding your spears into
Plowshares.
plowshares. That's it. So making your battlements into reefs. And I just wanted to amplify what Tim said. I'm a deep Rotary wonk, and I had a role in founding in SRAG. And my actual initial preference was to found a fellowship group. So everyone on the call, I want to underscore the importance to show the gravitas and the potential for this fellowship. If you can add your name to the list, and I'll put it in the chat again. It's not a commitment to be a member. It's not an obligation to pay dues at this point. There will probably be dues because everybody knows Rotary runs on money, and we have to pay our own way. But the opportunity to keep all the folks of goodwill who like working together and have found each other through their commitment to the environment through the fellowship is amazing. And Tom is a brand new director at Rotary International, so we have to hold him up in our thoughts because it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Well, Karen, I am so glad you're here today. Just mentioning your name filled me with hope and joy. I've known Karen and her husband for a long time. And after we knew each other, but weren't quite as tight as we are now, because we're really good friends now. I remember being at a conference, I think it was Wisconsin, and we were at a big round table, and they put me in the corner, and she was on one side, and her husband was on the other. And they were telling me all the importance of the environment. And I knew I was going to be there, and we ended up
a 3-hour dinner, I think.
Yes. So unless you're passionate about this, don't take that inside seat. But I got to tell you, Karen, I couldn't agree with you more. We have peace centers around the world, and let's face it, having a good environment leads to peace, like all the areas.
Have a good environment.
Yes. And Karen, you talked about money for dues, but you and your husband put your money where your mouth is. I mean, you're Arch Clump Society members, so they are diehard Rotarians. But Karen's got the skill of seeing what's good and what can be improved, and sometimes she'll pick you up when you are down. But I got to tell you, I agree with you with the Center of Peace. Our peace centers, we have 8 of them around the world. I've visited 6 so far, but the one at ICU, International Christian University, just outside of Japan, it's a very peaceful place in the shadow of Mount Fuji. All these beautiful trees and forests. There's such thing as forest bathing. I don't know if you've heard of that. It's new to me, but you go in and you appreciate the trees and that kind of thing. But this is built at a plant, this university that used to manufacture warplanes in World War II. And they were redoing the university, and they took all the buildings down except for the main administration building. And on top of that building, not today, but there used to be gun turrets because, they were afraid that it would be attacked. And so now they wanted to keep that building because there's a cornerstone there that has the quote from the Bible that Karen mentions, which is turning your swords into plowshares. So I just love what your clubs are doing with the environment, how it leads to peace. And I just want to thank Karen and all of you for all you do to make the world a better place.
Well, and for the current efforts of Lori and Karen, who picked up this important program that's really a cornerstone of fellowship and interaction, bringing people together around the world. But if you haven't, take a moment, add your name, your club, district, and nation information, because Rotary requires to see. They say they want it's either 25 or 50 names. Let's give them 500.
That'd be great.
That's what we did when we formed SREG.
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you, Karen. Tom, I don't know how late you can stay. Can you stay a few more minutes?
I can.
Okay, thank you. I want to respect your time, and it's right at the top of the hour. I do want to say goodbye to some of the people that need to leave. I know some have had to leave for other meetings and things, but if you can stay on, we have a couple more hands up. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Natalia, go ahead with your question.
Bye. Thank you.
Oh, bye-bye, Anna Maria.
Bye, Anna Maria.
Thank you so much, Karen, Laurie, and Tom, for everything, and congratulations on all the incredible work you're doing. It's really inspiring to see all of this work and amazing projects happening all around the world. So on our side, we're doing 3 amazing initiatives. Right now, developing the Panama project, then the Bahamas project with Barry Racine, and then the Mazatlan project. I am in Mazatlan, so it's my hometown, so I want to do something for the environment. And all these 3 projects are focused in conservation, community engagement, and building a strong Rotary partnership with a scalable impact. So I think Steve already shared the links, but I would really love to connect and see what else we can do. And yeah, thank you.
And Natalia, you might also mention that you were the one who hosted the Oceans 2024 conference in San Carlos, and you got all these people together, and who I met that promoted this program of Seeking the Ships. Yeah.
Yeah, I know everybody there, so it's a beautiful community. I was just there a couple of weeks ago diving, and yeah, I really love what they're creating. But I think you're right. It's really important to expand the word as much as we can and create more community with Mexicans as well. So thank you. Yes.
Good job. Thank you, Natalia. You'll hear when you hear from Steve, you'll definitely hear from Natalia. Natalia is the one like hanging on to Steve's coattails as he's plowing through all these amazing projects. Lori,
I'm excited that all these projects are in my paired zone. As a director, you're assigned an area of the world, so it's exciting that I'm so proud of the people in my zone and the Rotarians and what they're doing. So thank you all.
You bet.
Wow, it's hard to follow Natalia or Steve Bender. I mean, oh my gosh. If you've ever, Tom, have you worked with them directly or on an event with them?
We've always been tangentially related, but not directly. But I'm waiting for the invitation to go to Mexico and work on the next environmental project.
Well, we shared that Not Your Grandfather's Rotary Club.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Piece. No, you asked me if you could use it because our tagline to our club is Not Your Grandfather's Rotary Club.
Right. I love it.
Yeah.
It's a great tagline.
In Houston, we spoke about it. I believe.
Yes. Yeah.
Sorry, I just have to do a shout out for Steve. When he spoke at Davos, he got a standing ovation about using the 4-way test to judge what we do at Davos.
Wonderful.
You know,
thank you, Steve.
So Tom, my question to you is, when Jennifer Jones did the pollinator and talking about pollinators, that brought so many people that I know of, at least into SRAG, into Rotary, even in my district where they would have nothing to do with the environment. Everybody loves pollinators. Pollinators are the symbol of peace. I mean, it was great. What was it like? Tell me your favorite memory of working with Jennifer Jones and one memory that you're like, gobsmacked about. Maybe it was one of the most difficult ones. So 2 memories.
Okay, 2 memories involving Jennifer Jones. I will do that. I'll start with one that like Dickens in that book said, it's the best of times and worst of times. So, my wife and I my wife is Scottish and she's very conservative about spending money. So I wanted to ride on the Rotary Rose Bowl parade on the float. And the float is run, it's not a Rotary International project. It's run by a group of volunteers, mostly in California where the event happens. But it costs $10,000 to ride. So I waited for years until Jennifer Jones was going to ride the float because the president rides the float. And I was so excited that we had our first. You got to know a little bit of my background. I won't take too long with this, but I have three older sisters. I have a twin sister who always reminded me she was my older sister until we turned 30, and she stopped reminding me of that. But all wonderful people. So I was riding the float with Jennifer Jones and Nick, and so it was one of the highlights of Rotary because you just feel you're 6 hours on this float and you're waving to people, but there's all people around, and they're not all Rotarians, but some of them are, and they're just good people. You can tell they want to do good things. They're excited. It's a big parade and it's fun. And I love a parade. So long story short, my middle sister, Karen, she had breast cancer and she was in remission. We didn't think it was an issue. She died while I was riding the float. And so I didn't know until I got off, but Jennifer was there and just consoling me in a way that a lot of people can't. And it's interesting, we heard when Lori was introducing this that we had heard the family of Rotary, and Jennifer talks about the family of Rotary. I tell you, it really is a family, and I won't talk about this forever, but I could talk about all the things that happened to me. But you asked the moment I remember Jennifer was I don't know how many people are at the parade, 60 million watching on TV, but they have like 1 million people, a round number, that are at the parade. She took time to talk to me one-on-one when my sister died. So I think she's amazing. The hardest time, we were at a DEI, we were at some convention or some conference, and the speakers on the panel were Jennifer Jones, myself, and Dr. Jenkins. He goes by Bowtie Jenkins. And we were talking about DEI topics. And I was governor during COVID. And we talked about the personal growth you go through and what you gain. I've been made a better person because of Rotary. And on that panel, I was asked very difficult questions. And I had to confide with a large audience. Well, I felt I didn't have to, but I felt like I needed to be honest with all my growth and how that happened. And that's another, these are all multiple stories. But she was there, and I remember her rubbing my back and saying, because she appreciated my story and that I was honest with the whole story throughout. So, there's a lot more Jennifer Jones stories, but I think those are the top two that stick in my memory, that she's always there for you. It's not about being the leader of our foundation this year. It's not about being president. I think she thinks like I do. We've never talked about it directly, but I think she thinks it's about the friends you make. And she's got friends all over the world. And that's when you go to international convention, you hear that applause for Jennifer. It's not just applause for the respect of her office. It's applause for the work she's done for Rotary and all the friends that she has, and how she took all these projects like we did today and put them on a level where the rest of the world can see, okay, Rotary does good things. We need more people to do more good things. Thank you for the question.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Thank you. I'm going to take you off the spot.
Karen, is Chris Stein here today? I think he missed it because he's taking his daughter to college.
I think he is too. I think he said he was.
Tom, he is such a Jennifer Jones fan and a fan of you. He's the one who leads Operation Pollination. And you gave it just that huge. So, and I know Karen Kendrick-Hans was part of that as well. So,
and Lori, thank you for bringing up that particular example, because it's another inspiring example, like Kiki's project. Because I was at REMAX, which is all the districts in Mexico, 2 years ago, and was sitting next to someone during a meal. And it's funny how I love the comment about that was made today about you know people, but until you have a drink or meal with them, then you become friends. I became friends with a gentleman in Mexico who worked for a railroad company, and he was the one who got the box car that was able
Oh, the
to.
box car.
Yes, the box car. And so again, one person's idea or several people's idea of pollinator, but you get that box car, you get that publicity that Jennifer Jones is so good at doing. I mean, she was president. Remember, she had the Impact Tour where she went on 7 different projects. And this was one of them, and around different countries. We can all do that. We can take these good projects and let's not just do the projects, but let's invite our friends to them. Let's put them on the road so that we can get even more friends doing more good things. We have so much to offer with local grants, district grants, club grants, international, global grants. Let's keep on doing these things. Together, we can do it.
And Tom, I'm just going to jump in because I see he's here. I know you're into peace and water and the environment. If you ever have a chance to have a meal with Pablo Palacios and the Minga Mundal,
Yes.
I hope you do because they work all over the globe cleaning up waters, a lot like, Salvador
I
Rico.
spotlight him. Yes,
Yes.
we adore Pablo. We
Pablo,
adore.
I'd love to share a meal and talk about wash projects. My wife and I are passionate about that. We just went with World Visioning on a visioning trip to Honduras and saw some of the projects that I worked on pre-COVID there in Honduras, not just raising money, and then now. And then my wife and I were big into peace, and we set up a fund for peace that'll be fully funded. It's partially funded now, but fully funded later. So thank you, Pablo, for what you do.
Now, first, I want to thank you. You are so inspiring. Inspired. Your testimonial is just amazing. It's something to follow you. I really, very touching your experience, life experience, and also all of that happened at the coral reefs. Well, just I want to say a news because we are happy to bring the Air Talks to our district in Ecuador.
Oh,
So
wonderful.
thank you, Laurie and Kareem, to have the chance to use our incredible know-how to expand, our conference webinars in Ecuador in our district. I'm the coordinator of environmental education in the district 4400 in Ecuador. And also we are promoting, 2 international actions. One is the Minga Mundial for the Ambiente, World Minga for the Worldwide Minga for the Environment, and also another beautiful idea is focus for children and family Rotarians, particularly is the World Minga for Stories. This is that our dream is to create the stories to share around the world about environment. This is the goal. So thank you, Laurie, to give us for this opportunity, and we are happy to start soon our Air Talks in Ecuador.
Sweet.
That is so wonderful.
Thank you.
And can I tell you, I love telling the stories. I love involving the youth. My son, he's 20 years old, just finished his sophomore year at university. He's going to be a junior next year, and he's going to London for that year. But he went to his university. It did not have a Rotaract club. So he started this Rotaract club. And now it started another Rotaract club. So there's 2 Rotaract clubs. And when they started, and this goes to your point, Pablo, about telling stories, they had a lot of help from our friends who are the Rotarians there. And they were going to do all the Rotarian projects. So they would go to the zoo and they would volunteer with the other Rotarians. But then they decided they wanted to have, like all the people here, they wanted to have more impact. So they said they wanted to start a TED Talk. Have you heard of these TED Talks?
Yes.
So my son and my wife flew to Atlanta to be certified to have TED Talks for more than 100 people. So he's in Duluth, Minnesota, which is 3 hours north of where I live, and they did this TED Talk. They had 16 speakers and over 200 attendees, and it warmed my heart because I walked into this big convention center, and all the volunteers were wearing their Rotary shirts. So it wasn't just the Rotaractors, it was the Rotarians. And I could just go through the line and hear all these people say, "What's that shirt about? What is Rotary?" Da, 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 da. So what I'm asking all of you is you're doing such great things. Let's just take that little bit of effort to celebrate those things, to ask our friends and neighbors to join us in these projects, and to all be mini Jennifer Jones and go out and publicize these. You know, I'm not as blessed to be a great speaker like Jennifer Jones, but I can still with being authentic self, tell people about the projects that you all are working on, that I'm working on. And my friends want to do the stuff that I'm doing because they're my friends. All of us need to go to our friends and just make a bigger Rotary so we can do more good things together. So thank you, Pablo, and everyone.
Appreciate. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Lori, go ahead.
This is another question for Tom. Do you think you and Jennifer would ever so first I need to ask Karen and Najoti because they run this show and they're the ones who choose the speakers. So this is first to Karen and Najoti, and then they'll raise it up the flagpole. Gosh, Karen and Najoti, do you think Tom Gump would be interested in asking Jennifer Jones if she would ever want to speak with Tom, the two of them, and talk about the pollinator year?
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, that'd be.
Well,
that would be
Karen and
phenomenal.
Najoti, do you want to ask Tom that question in public?
No, I don't want to put him on the spot.
You know,
That's why we're a team.
Yes.
You all are great and the tag teaming. Jennifer Jones is one of my heroes. I was recently asked about who are your heroes in Rotary, and I mentioned Jennifer Jones. You know, she gave me a chance appointing me as a Rotary coordinator. So of my zones being head of that. And she asked me to be one of her training leaders and to speak at her International Assembly. I would be honored to do that. But since you already heard from me, I think it'd be better if I just conducted an interview of her. And so we can get all the knowledge out of her. Because I'm not worthy to be a co-speaker with her, but I would love to be on and well, that's not true. All of us have wonderful stories.
Yeah.
All of us can share, and we never know who we're going to inspire. So I would love to be on with Jennifer and interview her about the pollinator. That would be great.
That would be fantastic.
Thank
We would
you so much.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be great. And
And
you
we could
you
draw
be
a
in
big
such
crowd.
an-
Yeah, advertise and we could draw a big crowd.
Yeah, we could. We could. We drew a big crowd with you, so that was wonderful. We really, really appreciate you taking the time and energy to come today. I'm sorry, I just wore my Raise Town t-shirt instead of getting all dressed up for you, but
I like it. You're comfortable, and I just like to wear the suit, but that doesn't mean that I want everyone else to wear a suit.
you look wonderful. I appreciate it. All right, anybody else have anything for the good of the order? Or can we let Tom go? Anybody else? What a
My friend
fantastic.
Paramad Kandar from India is on the line.
Oh, is
So she,
Ahmad?
yeah,
Oh, sweet.
yeah. It's so
Nice.
fun to see your friends. Yes, thanks
Yes.
for doing that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tom, for this wonderful session and presentation.
Thank you.
In this COVID time, we had this great opportunity to connect, and I
Yeah.
had joined most of your meetings, active programs, and all. And so it was so every adversity is an opportunity, and where we learned so many things from that pandemic.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we
And
we
whenever I listen to you, it's very interesting, and I get inspired
Thank you. And I get inspired by
because
everything.
because your charm, your smile, it really uh, makes something a friend. We don't feel like a director or something of is in front of us. We feel a friend of us is there, and we connect so easily with you. That's the charm of beauty of Tom Graham. Thank you so much, Tom.
Well, thank you so much. Every time I go to India, people are so kind to me. We were just in Chennai the week before the international convention for a wedding. It wasn't a Rotary wedding, it was other friends, but people found out I was coming and they invited me to their clubs, and it was just wonderful. The night before I left to go to Taiwan for the convention, a friend of mine from the Rotary Club of Calcutta, he said, I want to drive you to the airport. And it was interesting because we already had a car that was loaded up with our luggage and we had a driver. And he goes, oh, no, no, you have to come in my car. And I said, okay. And I said, I'll go get my bags and put them in the back of your car. And he said, oh, no, no, I have an electric car. It's not big enough for your luggage. They can follow us to the airport. So they have a saying in India that guest is God, quote unquote, small g. So they treat you,
Yeah, Atiti Dev Bhava. Yeah.
yeah, they treat you with so much honor. I was inspired, and I am inspired by all the Rotarians around the world, but India is working so hard on raising money and actually growing Rotary. So thank you for all you're doing in your area. Appreciate that.
Charm. Oh, go ahead, Mark. Charm, Tom. You can use that word. See, tell
Charm.
you why someone
Okay.
called me charming today. So.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Tom. Always welcome to India, you and everyone. Everyone is a family.
Yeah.
Rotary is big extended family to everyone.
I want to thank Steve Bender for a tool, an online tool that he shared. It's 47817.org tool. If you haven't used it, you need to.
Yeah.
It's one of the most useful AI tools I've ever used.
Mm.
It's proliferating faster than anything I've ever shared with people, too.
Wow.
Is it? Yeah. Yeah, it is great. Yeah, Zachary was on too. I know Zachary Weaver, who created that, was on before. I don't know if he's still on or not.
Steve looks happy today. Steve's always happy.
I'm always happy. And just FYI, we were talking about pollinators. We want to do a pollinator thing at a Minneapolis Climate Week in February with Rotary up there.
Wonderful.
So we're doing a big thing, Monarchs Without Borders. And
Wow.
I've been down in Mexico. We're actually supplying them with fire training and fire equipment to protect the area where the monarchs hibernate. So
Wow.
that's so important because we can do everything in North America, but if we lose this area to fires, we're all done.
Mhm.
So we're really working hard on that right now.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, it's only 2 years to the International Convention here in Minneapolis, so maybe we need to do a big pollinator project or another environmental project as part of the International Convention because we should have 17,000 people.
Yeah,
17,000.
we're going to be there, and I actually put a one pager in the chat, but I'll send it to you, Tom, on the Minneapolis Climate Week.
Wonderful, thank you.
So it's going to be the theme is going to be monarchs, and it'll be on Groundhog's Day, so it'll be pretty cool.
Wow. Are you going to dress up as a butterfly? I'll definitely go if you do.
I actually have my monarch costume from Taiwan that I will probably be wearing, and there might be some other surprises there as well.
Let me know. I'll be there. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. I want to see you as a groundhog, Steve. All right. Let's let Tom go. Thank you so much, everybody. Really
Thanks,
wonderful,
Tom.
wonderful program.
Thank you all.
Thank you, you guys.
Thank you.
Be well. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye now, guys.